Hi and welcome, chart artists. Can we go and reach the all-time high once again? Is it possible? Can we even go to higher levels? Today, I'll be analyzing the price of Bitcoin to see what are the possibilities and also share some exciting news. Stay tuned until the very end to not miss out on any alpha. Also, currently I am here inside a little Mexi trade where I do most of my scalping from a day trade perspective. And you can see currently what I'm expecting over here is for us to come and claim this high, good risk management, and currently in some nice little profits over here from a day trading scalping perspective. And also here currently on Bybit, I am still in 9 swing positions, small little low leverage positions here to the upside on Bybit with that 20% fee reduction that I keep on telling you guys. Go down into the description right now. This deal is not going to last forever, where I've got Bybit where you get 20% fee reduction when you sign up now, also 30k bonus depending on how much you deposit and trade, and Mexi where I do my day trading scalps to the upside and to the downside. Insane low fees on Mexi, also a $20,000 bonus depending on how much you deposit and trade. Right, let's go and analyze the price of Bitcoin here quickly. Okay, here in Bitcoin, and this is the little trend that I showed you that I just played the breakout here on Mexi. Let's just go back here to Mexi. You can see currently in some nice profits, aiming for the highs, and potentially we can even go higher than the highs. But you know, this is my trading setup and I just want to de-risk myself a little bit more, just raise my stop loss ever so slightly. It's all about protecting your cash. Remember, the market is here to take your money, not give you money. You need to apply good risk management. And as always, as I see my trade moving to the profits, I de-risk myself. So if I do get stopped out, there's a minimum loss to my account. Right, let's dive here into the price of Bitcoin. Okay. From a smaller time frame perspective, one trade that I took this morning was this little long over here where we had the break of trend. Let me just put my long little tool over here. This is the trade. I was aiming for the highs. I had a nice little tight stop loss here, 3 to 1 risk to reward. Definitely a trade for me worth taking. Okay, and it played out to perfection. And then what I did is I shorted the market as soon as I saw acceptance back below this level over here. This is where I entered with my stop loss. Nice little short trade. Just put it over here where my stop was above the high. I entered as we got acceptance back below this level, and I took profits here at the retest of this trend and the VWAP. And then as price moved over here to the upside, I saw bullish CVD and I took most of the profits and then got stopped out, but still with profits in the bag. And as always, as we moved into profit, I moved my stop loss to break even, protecting my cash. And when I got stopped out, and because I took profits here at the bottom, still nice profits in the bag, and I didn't mind getting stopped out of that position. But now currently in a small little long trade here to the upside, expecting us to potentially come and claim this high once again. But also I will be taking profits here by this little wick over here, always looking to the left for resistance areas. Okay, let's go analyze the price a little bit further. Is to say that we are here, if I zoom out, you can see that we got a little bit of a rejection and a slowdown in the momentum to the upside here by the 0.786 level. And just to remind everyone, this is where I get that level from. Just zoom out here onto the 1 hour from the high to the low, and you can see here by the, let me just take this fib out, 786 level is where we currently struggling, getting a little bit of choppiness. Right, price can still go higher to the 0.88 and even claiming all the liquidity above these highs. Okay, for now, the one scenario that we have to consider is that this could still be an A, B correction and then a C to the downside. Okay, it's not guaranteed, but it is definitely a scenario that I'm keeping in mind, that even with upwards momentum, we could find some weakness with this momentum here to the upside, go and make a C corrective wave and then continue the momentum back to the upside. Okay, so we have to always consider bearish and bullish scenarios. It's not to say that we are just going to continue up and continue up and continue up and continue up. Okay, so the one thing that I am keeping in mind is to say that I don't like this structure over here. And the reason I don't like this structure is for impulses to remain to the upside. This should be a 5-wave structure. So this is the only concerning thing for me about this impulse here to the upside, is that this structure looks 3-wavy to me. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, for impulses to continue to the upside, right, all I can see is a 1, 2, 3 and no 5th wave, which tells me that this is a 1, 2, 3 corrective structure. a corrective structure to the downside, and the probabilities of this being corrective is a slightly higher because we don't have a 5-wave impulsive structure here to the upside. I would have liked to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have an A, B, C correction, and then you are now busy with a third wave here to the upside. So this price reaction over here concerns me a little bit, but nonetheless, as traders, we trade level to level with good risk management, like I've just shown you on my Bybit and my Mexi portfolio. Right, so this is the only thing that concerns me slightly about this move up, is that we could still get a deeper correction for a deeper C wave to the downside before we see that explosion back to the upside. Okay. The other thing I wanted to highlight is that B waves are very difficult to trade. So if this is, just looking at the structure over here, if this is indeed an A and we are busy with a B wave, B waves has many targets, including taking the highs over here, where you take a FIB expansion from the high to the low, you drag it across, okay, you reverse it, and here you can see that the 1236 and the 1382 are also B wave targets, where we can come and claim all the liquidity above these highs for then a deeper C wave to the downside. Okay, so we are not out of the woods just as yet. It is about observing the price reaction, and currently we do have some bullish CVD counting in our favor, giving us this strength and momentum here to the upside. Other common B wave targets is also the 0.88 and also slightly above the 1.05 or 10, but basically this entire zone over here is considered B wave targets, and I'm not saying that this is definitely confirmed to be a B wave, and that's why as traders I would like to see, just taking the scribble here out the way, for bullish momentum to continue to the upside, you want to see us claim these highs, right, with high volume, you know, high green volume kicking in, flipping this area into support, which is now resistance. You want to flip it into support for continuation to the upside, which could then invalidate the B wave, where this is now going to start making impulses back to the upside. Right, let's dive into some exciting fundamental news. First up, big breaking. The London Stock Exchange will begin crypto ETF trading on May 28th. Okay, still lots of bullish sentiment in the market. Next up, 3.18 trillion. London Stock Exchange will accept listings applications for Bitcoin and Ethereum crypto from April 8th, which is around the corner. So still lots of bullish sentiment in the market. Right, just in. South America gold miner Nalam resources to buy 24,000 Bitcoin, which equals to 1.7 billion. Just a massive amount of bullish sentiment at the moment in the market, currently sending the price higher. Right, next up, US Bitcoin ETFs back in the green today, and as you can see, this is when we had that little sell-off. If I go back here to the price of Bitcoin, this is when we had the sell-off here to the downside. Here you can see there was a couple of outflows from an ETF perspective. Now we're currently printing our first little green candle over here. Can the momentum continue here to the upside? Right, so from an ETF perspective, people are starting to buy again. Next up, we are over here, right, expecting that euphoric move here to the upside, which people refer to as the melt-facing price action here to the upside, that happened in some of the previous bull cycles, where you can see we claim the all-time highs and then we just accelerate to the upside. Also here, we just massively exploded here to the upside, and we are currently here. Will this time be different? Right, next up, Bitcoin PI cycle top model, including the all-time high cycle line blue. I just can't believe people are selling Bitcoin now. Insane, waiting for Bitcoin 100,000 plus in 2024. And here you can see, as soon as we crossed this blue line over here, we saw a parabolic move here to the upside. Okay, but I do still see some corrections here as well. So it's not to say that we can still have a little bit of a correction to the downside before we see the explosion here to the upside. And again, during 2020, you can see we broke the all-time highs, consolidated, and then we had explosion to the upside during the previous bull cycle. And now we are here again, currently a little bit below the line. Is this the consolidation building up that spring for the momentum back to the upside? Right, next up, altcoins. Imagine Bitcoin trading in price discovery and alts are not even hitting an all-time high yet. The real madness will only start soon. Okay, and here you can see some of the altcoins. If you've been following my previous show, I have showed you that I am buying the altcoins inside the accumulation zone. And the previous update that I did on Friday, where I mentioned the 10 altcoins that I'm currently buying on Bybit, you can see I've been buying the altcoins that are still here in the accumulation zone, where Bitcoin has already reached the all-time highs. You want to buy when the alts are here, not when they are already at the all-time highs. Go check out that video from Friday, and I'll leave a link towards the end of this video. Right. And like I've mentioned, on Friday, I did an update where I highlighted 10 altcoins that are potentially still going to see massive momentum to the upside. These are the alts that I'm currently adding to my bags. No financial advice. Here's the video. Go check it out. Do your own research. Until the next one, cheers for now.